Round one.
Not bad for a turtler. I could dodge in and he could just guard break me at any moment. So I should probably shouldn't dodge in and be more patient and just walk right in on him. Just slowly walk in on him. Nice. Somehow I got hit in the fire. Oh, this game's over now. This fucking asshole. Darth Blaze has been replaced by a bot. Made him rage quit. That was a rage quit. Sure. I'm gonna have to play for hours, I think, to get some rage quits. I got a few other rage quits from eliminations and things, but nothing. I haven't played for Honor in a while. Doing a little squat. Doesn't want to play.
Victory.
Oh shit, bye. Rage quit. Well, I guess that kind of counts as a rage quit. They don't want to play a Warlord. Just played a Dominion game where I played a Berserker and I lost. So basically you have to play hours and hours of content to try to get maybe a good elimination game. Oh, nice. Nice. Let the chain grabbing commence. Look at these guys, whiffing chain grabs. Gonna bleed out. Keep dodge rolling, you motherfucker. Pretty decent team. Usually I just get my ass whooped. It looks like everybody's running around with their chickens with their heads cut off trying to 2v1 people. Just fine by me.
Round 2.
I dodged that. Nice. That back dodge costs you your life, son. See, we have no res on my teammates now. Since I'm fighting like this guy for eternity. Looks like what happened was these guys all got hit by the same thing. Take your ass out of here. I'm gonna rage quit though because you just 1v1 me.
Round 3. Hard about me.
Oops. Nope.
Hard about me. Hard about me.
I died. I blocked it.
Hard about me.
Caught your fucking ass. Two dead guys up here again. I'm trying to get to you, man. I'm sorry. I had to pick up the buffs. You died too soon.
What is he playing?
Rank 16 Warden.
Of course.
Round one.
See how many Wardens I fight? Like half the people I fight are Wardens.
Well, cause yeah, it's a one. It's a super simple character. Two, it's really effective. And three, it's just, you know, it's a great character all around. It's got good damage, good defense.
Just got his ass whooped.
Yeah, that's how you get it.
He says, "Nope,
on-
I'm out. Your class is too OP for me." He rage quit.
Are you serious?
I'm not even fucking with you. Let's go on to the next video, bro. Hey, this is Azbog. I hope you liked this rage quit video, and I hope you enjoyed the last rage quit video I'm going to make here for Honor. I'm going to talk about the 1.5 nerfs and buffs, and just the current state of the game as we kind of just sail off into the sunset here. And also we're going to cover some awesome games coming out, but the reasons also why, you know, I'm going to leave the game I'm going to talk about right now. We're watching right here some matches of basically post Warlord versus a pretty good Viking. I haven't fought a lot of Viking raiders, so just check it out. It's pretty interesting, so you gotta see how the meta has changed. This game has just really died out. There's now only about 4.6 thousand people playing it on Steam. This used to easily be a top 3 game on release. It had like probably about 40,000 players, so the player base has shrunk by about 90%. And it's almost fallen out of the top 100 games. So there's a lot of other games out there that have been out for a lot longer, like the Kerbal Space Program is beating this game as for a number of players. And I think people have just realized how shallow the game has really become. And we're going to talk about some of the reasons why it is. If you're interested, just stick around and listen. And you can leave some comments in the video below here and tell me what your opinion is. But this is just my personal opinion. The reason for the death of this game was, I think, a lot of the cheese moves that really exist in the game that could be abused, and a lot of people are kind of noobs. So while it did bring a large population of people into the fighting game system, I think a lot of the cheese moves that exist and that were being abused, people didn't really learn how to get around them, and it really frustrated them a lot. I heard they did fix the revenge system, but the revenge system initially was really broken because apparently your attack and defense stacked with revenge attack and defense. So if you're still playing this game, I hear that you actually don't even need to go into like a revenge build. It's just not viable. You can go into those other stats if you wanted to. Another reason why is this game was really released. I played this game in the beta, and this game was released sort of as a beta state with a lot of connectivity issues, all the peer-to-peer BS that happened, which caused a lot of system issues and just people getting frustrated from dropping connection, not being able to join games. And now that the game is sort of stabilized, obviously Ubisoft can kind of make those changes, but the player base is lost by 90%. So I think they're trying to do things desperately to, like, you know, fix how people are getting the steel and so forth, but it's not much of incentive because the missions themselves are already taking people a lot longer. It takes a while to join the matches and so forth. And another major reason people probably quit the game was the matchmaking system with the gear differences among the players. I think that was a big issue. You know, you join up and queue up and, you know, you're fighting a bunch of Prestige 1 guys when you're like just a noob. A lot of improvements have happened around these issues I talked about, and the way you could improve them I talked about in a previous video. The link is in the description. Another issue that exists in this game still, that doesn't exist in other fighting games that have like, really long lasting, that last a little longer, that have a longer lifespan or life cycle of a game, is this game has a major turtle meta. Now, turtle metas exist in other fighting games I've played, but this is pretty obvious that like a lot of people do it. It's like people are going to stare at each other forever. I'm trying to figure out ways they could fix this, and I thought of some solutions I could talk about below, but basically this turtle meta exists in a lot of their game modes. So you have the duels, brawls, and elimination, where you're just sort of 1v1ing someone. Now, Dominion is fine because you can actually fight two people, and that's where your revenge gear kind of comes into play, even though it has been nerfed. I'm going to talk about the patch a little bit now. This recent patch, I think the 1.5 patch, the nerfs hit my favorite turtle busting class, which was the Warlord, as you can tell from this video. And you can see me playing against this raider here, and he just spam dodging, just kind of turtling around, blocking. Yes, he's throwing out a few light pokes here and there, but most of the time, like you're fighting assassins, you get the iframes from just sidestepping, or it's just frustrating basically. And it seems like Warlord, just my opinions about the Warlord, if you're interested, it seems like they use a lot more stamina. Their headbutt uses a ton more stamina. I still fight 50% of the duels I was fighting the other day are against these wardens, because the vortex spam cheese is still OP in duels. So wardens, when they can do that, when they can set up the vortex spam cheese in a lot of different game modes, Dominion is probably the weakest game mode, or their most balanced, I would say, and that's what I think Ubisoft is trying to balance them around. Wardens are still probably the top dueling class because they have the true 50-50 mix-up off that vortex slam. So they basically have an unblockable feign that can be feinted into another unblockable, essentially that's a guard break. So if you try to dodge. So it's very difficult. It's one of the best mix-ups in the game. While Warlord used to have like a headbutt, and they could do light pokes, and then if you tried to dodge out of it, because the headbutt would connect so frequently, but it just did so little damage. And I even had somebody I was playing with during this, in these duels, complain to me that they're still going to nerf the headbutt, or like they're still going to nerf it. I'm like, what are you talking about? They've already nerfed it. They've done some nice buffs to Lawbringer, but the shove, when I was playing him the other day, and again, I'm not like a master Lawbringer player, I'm pretty good, and I was playing him a lot in the early beginnings of the game, and then I played Warlord. The thing about the Lawbringer is he did get buffs, but the shove still is a little too slow, and against these better players, they see that shove coming and they just dodge out of the way. It's pretty easy to side dodge. And what I could tell, that poke is not guaranteed even off, so it's not like the Warlord stab where he gets a free, little poke on you, which does like almost no damage but just annoys you. It's like a harassing. And so these meta players, these turtle meddlers, they just side dodge you. So this game has seriously devolved into this turtle meta, which is probably why a lot of people have quit, because I, for instance, like playing as an aggressive player. Like, I want to get crap moving. I want to put someone condition them, put them into a guessing game. I don't want to sit back and just wait. I got crap to do. I got to go I got to go out and loot and plunder. I'm an orc. I got to do my own thing here. So what's really happened is one way you could fix this is that one solution is you have in most fighting games is you have a 50-50 grab mix-up. Instead of just a single button grab, you could actually have every character in the game have 2 different versions of a grab, and then you could do, or 3 different versions of a grab, the way through the guard breaking system. So if you have to guard break someone, they could like switch over their stance position and then try to guard break you. Obviously, this is too late. The game is already pretty much gone, because Ubisoft has been pretty slow to react to this game. I think they've just kind of cashed out on this game, and just maybe there'll be I think the next iteration of this game will probably fix a lot of the issues that existed in this game. However, they are going to release a few new classes, which I'm going to cover whenever they release it, because I'm still interested in playing those, just trying out new classes, playing them. That may be cool. You got a ninja coming up. Not too interested in playing that. But you got a Highlander, which is probably going to have a big sword and shield. And then, what's the next one? You're going to have another class. They've been announcing these new classes. So sadly, this game has really fallen by the wayside, and it's a AAA flop in my opinion. That could have had more staying power. I think it was just a big cash out, but it worked out well for Ubisoft. But the problem is it doesn't have that like classic feel of a fighting game that just has an extremely long-lasting lifetime for the really hardcore players. This is my opinion. So this patch just nerfed a lot of some classes unnecessarily, and I personally didn't think a lot of these classes they need a nerf. Yes, the revenge system needed a nerf, but really what they need to do is buff those weaker classes, bring them up to par, like the Valkyrie like they did, the Kensai like they did, and the Lawbringer like they did. So they've done some good changes. But too many QQers, like the people I'm fighting in these videos, and the rage quitters, destroyed a lot of the hope probably for this game, because they just complained and playing the Ubisoft and the forums, about the Warlord headbutt spam. They just need to make the headbutt side so you could side dodge it, but now it's back dodgeable, so it's like really nerfed. As you can tell, this guy, when he can just side dodge, he's anticipating the headbutt. So the headbutt was a way to counter the turtle meta that was existed. It was one of the only classes in the game I felt that could really break down the turtle meta, and that's why Warden is so popular, because they can break down the turtle meta through their vortex spam mix-up. However, I still hear this game is one of my other subscribers that follows me on Twitch says that this game is still really popular for consoles, aka the filthy casuals. It's got about 90,000 people playing it on console, so it's still has a healthy amount of people playing on console. But the hardcore PC players have kind of jumped the ship, it feels like, to other games, and they've kind of, maybe they're more sophisticated players. I just don't want to say it, but you console players are filthy casuals. So you guys, if you want to stick around on this channel, as I'll be covering some Hearthstone decks and games in the upcoming days, as well as I'm going to be covering some Stellaris and for the Utopia expansion. And by the end of the month, we got the real-time strategy Warhammer Dawn of War 3. So like, subscribe, comment what you think about the changes are in the Rage Quit videos I make. Hope you guys enjoyed them, and I'll see you guys in the next chapter.